Hello, hello, fellow patriots. I'm Zach Foster with a message primarily directed to Ron Paul supporters, though it also applies to Romney supporters should you be watching right now. This is something I really have to make crystal clear for everybody. Stop arguing on Facebook. It's not cute, it's not funny, it does not make you look smart, and it is completely counterproductive. I've seen a lot of really intelligent points being made in some of these Facebook arguments, but not a single one of these arguments or debate has been an intelligent argument. Because very quickly, these types of arguments and debates quickly spiral and become complete chaos with character assaults, ad hominem attacks, straw man arguments, and generally people being really mean and nasty to each other. How is that supposed to sway the other side? How does it sway the other side when you start calling him all these terrible names that you would not dare call someone in the presence of your mother or your church pastor? There's a lot of cowardice happening on Facebook in the safety of people's computer screens and in the safety of their little home offices because they know that a lot of the people they're insulting they're never going to see in real life. That is cowardice with a small c. It is rude and is completely antithetical to what our Judeo-Christian values are. So stop doing it. It's just not right. It's not decent. I don't see why anybody's doing it. And I guarantee you, probably 99.999% of the people watching this video right now have inadvertently done it at one point in the past. I mean, seriously, let he who is without sin cast the first stone. I understand. I'm not casting stones here. I'm actually giving you guys a confession. I've done the same thing too. I've done this stupid Facebook argument in the past. I shouldn't have done it. I was wrong to do it, but I grew up over the years. And I really hope that the rest of you guys can do it too, because all these mean things that we're saying to each other do not unite us as Americans. They do not, show us each other's beliefs in a more positive light, and generally they just make us hate each other more. Would you like someone who says mean and nasty things to you on a regular basis with all kinds of maliciousness intended just because you believe something different? Well, I doubt it. And if that's how America worked, then there'd be civil wars all the time. So we really need to watch what we say on Facebook, all right? And here's a message for Romney supporters, just so you guys understand the Paul philosophy. You are never going to sway us. You are never going to convert Ron Paul supporters into Mitt Romney supporters. I fully admit that Governor Romney is probably a nice guy, and he's probably a wonderful husband and a loving father, and he was a very popular governor of Massachusetts. However, some of the things that he stands for are completely antithetical to things that we Ron Paul supporters believe in, such as continuing the war on drugs, continuing the war on terrorism, passage of and support for the TARP bailouts, NDAA, the Patriot Act, and then also the internet censorship bills. We believe all of those are serious breaches of our civil liberties, and it's just completely unconstitutional and antithetical to the values that the founding fathers had in mind. Again, Governor Romney is probably a great guy, but we don't support his policies, and we are never going to vote for him. In our eyes, he's sort of like the Diet Coke version of President Obama. And now, I'm not saying that to make you guys angry, Romney supporters. I'm just telling you what we believe, what we hold to be true, and what we have actually researched hard and studied intensely to make ourselves knowledgeable about the things that we believe. So you're not going to sway us, especially on Governor Romney's talking points, because we're not impressed. But you have the right to disagree with us, and I'm not going to hold it against you. At the same time, Ron Paul supporters, you guys need to cut the crap on Facebook. First of all, these arguments are stupid, and it's just bringing a bad name for Dr. Paul. Why? Because a lot of you guys have, the words Ron Paul in your default photo, or you have like actual photos of Ron Paul. And so when you get on the internet and you start saying these mean and nasty things, not only are you being badly representative of Ron Paul supporters, but people see these terrible things that you're saying about them or about their mother, and they see right next to that is Dr. Paul's picture, and they associate those bad feelings with Ron Paul. Yeah, that's really a way to help Ron Paul get elected, fools. Honestly, we need to knock this stuff off, all right? These people have a right to disagree with us. And honestly, because of the way that Romney supporters think, you are never going to sway them on these arguments of morality. A lot of them are firmly against gay marriage. A lot of them are firmly in favor of the National Defense Authorization Act because they are really paranoid about radical Islam. And a lot of them really do subscribe to the Keynesian School of Economics. Hell, even Richard Nixon, the Republican, said we're all Keynesians now. We disagree with it, But Romney supporters have the right to disagree with us because they're Americans. We have the constitutional right. If you really want to sway them, you need to use the actual text of the Constitution. And in a civil manner, you go over the text of the US Constitution. And when you actually stick to the text, there's very little for you to disagree with, all right? Remember that revolutions don't have to be violent. Revolutions can be movements based on ideas. And that's exactly what the Ron Paul revolution is supposed to be. Ideas are not calling somebody terrible names that really affects their self-esteem or just makes you look like a jerk. Ideas are actually exchanging concepts and thoughts and really inspiring people, possibly instilling in them a new worldview. That's what we should be doing. And also, instead of wasting all those times, typing in all those hundreds of comments on Facebook, you could be using that time to go out and table for Ron Paul, hand out literature, or do the phone from home program, or go to one of the local Liberty HQs and do phoning to get out the vote. Or you could be out there knocking on doors and talking with Republicans and other voters about Ron Paul, bringing them onto the Liberty bandwagon. But instead, a lot of you guys are being complete Facebook revolutionaries. This makes you hardly any different from all the Marxists and all the Occupy Wall Street leftists, all right? I'm not saying this to offend you, but I'm saying this because there really is a glaring contradiction between what we believe and what we're putting into practice. Again, I've done this crap in the past myself. I'm not proud of it, but I stopped it. And you guys need to stop it too, because together we can continue to civilly and respectfully share our ideas and get more people on board with the message of liberty and get Dr. Paul elected because he is still in this race. So remember, be kind, and instead of using this time to argue, you could be getting active for Ron Paul or at least reading books on history, theory, and Austrian economics so that you could be educating yourself for when you eventually do meet somebody and start talking politics. All right? Remember, before we're patriots, before we're Americans, we're all children of God. We still have to share this country, and we still have to share this planet. So we might as well be civil about it, all right? Thank you very much for listening to my rant. I'm Zach Foster, signing off for today.